Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And if you've been following me in some of my videos, I've been talking about the state of Alabama and what's been going on with some of their inmates here recently. They've had some inmates that have died while they're incarcerated, and then when their bodies got delivered to the family members, their organs were missing. Alabama recently also put to death for the second attempted time of a gentleman by using pure nitrogen gas that had never been done in the history of America before. So the state of Alabama has been in the news quite a bit. They also had a few deceased inmates that died while incarcerated. Their names had come up for parole, and their parole had been denied. And the Alabama penal system was not aware that these inmates had been deceased for several weeks. So Governor Ivey, a woman governor, I think since 2017, she's got a lot going on. The Department of Justice is coming after the Alabama correctional system for inhumane conditions, and there's a lot going on. Well, over Valentine's Day last week, which is supposed to be a celebration of love, Birmingham, Alabama had a celebration of destruction. 7 people were killed within 24 hours from gun violence in Birmingham, Alabama. And this is how the story goes. 7 people have been killed in a deadly 24-hour string of gun violence in one Alabama city, Birmingham, Alabama. Police announced the string of homicides that happened on Thursday and Friday that changed the lives of 7 people, 1 woman and 6 men. Birmingham, Alabama's mayor, Randall Woodfin, posted on Facebook Friday. Even one of his family members was one of the 7 people that died from this gun violence. The mayor says his cousin was one of the victims. My family is no stranger to the devastating consequences of violence, Mayor Woodfin wrote. The pain never gets easier. This level of loss is distressing, unacceptable, and cannot and must not be tolerated. Police said in statements posted on their website, no one has been arrested in any of the homicides. Out of the 7 people that died, nobody has been arrested yet. You got surveillance cameras, you got shot spotters, witnesses, and nobody's been arrested. According to a Saturday release, police said Birmingham has had 14 murder investigations in 2024. But right now, I'm not thinking about myself, Mayor Woodfin said. I'm thinking about that employee's family who now has an empty chair at the dinner table. I'm thinking about my cousin's mother. I'm thinking about the other 4 families who are facing the unimaginable situation right now. Then Police Chief Scott Thurman said in a Saturday statement that all victims lost their lives to gun violence, and one of them was a city employee who just ended his shift from work. So the mayor's cousin gets killed, a city employee gets killed, and nobody knows who any of the potential shooters are. They are saying our city has been rocked to its core by today's events. Our city and communities are hurting beyond belief. Police find unresponsive man on Thursday. Here's another one. Police responded to a call for a decomposed body around 10:17 a.m. Thursday in the northeastern part of the city. First responders declared the man dead at the scene after finding him face down in rubbish. The preliminary investigation suggests a citizen who collects items observed the victim unresponsive on the ground at an illegal dumping site and asked a resident to call 911. Police wrote in a release. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office said at the scene the man died of a gunshot wound. Police didn't identify the man as they worked to notify his next of kin. And that's not the end of it. Then, 4 men were killed on Friday at a car wash. A shot spotter alert around 2:45 p.m. Friday in the northern section of the city prompted police to respond to a car wash lot. Shot spotter is a controversial gunshot detection system that notifies police when its acoustic sensors and machine algorithms detect gunfire. It has been criticized as ineffective and racially biased. Well, if they're doing all these shootings all over the place, these shot spotters should have been going off like crazy in Birmingham. I mean, what are the people in Birmingham, Alabama doing? This sounds like Chicago or even St. Louis to a certain degree. These young people are running out of things to do, and the separation between life and death is so minuscule that you can't even see it on a microscope. And so the men that were identified that died at the car wash were Cortez Ray, 32, Talton Tate, 36, Terrell Edwards, 38, and Kevin McGee, 38. All young men under 40. All men are black and from Birmingham. Police located the men unresponsive on the ground with gunshot wounds. McGee died at UAB Hospital. And remember, in my previous video when I was telling you about the inmates in the state of Alabama that were dying in jail and then going to the morgue and the coroner doing an autopsy, then their bodies getting returned to their families for funerals, they had organs missing, and they were saying that the University of Alabama Birmingham Medical School were getting the donated organs. So these suspects that got shot are ending up at UAB Hospital, but I'm just giving you a narrative and giving you some comparisons on my past videos. So UAB Hospital is right there in the middle of it. The preliminary investigation suggests the victims were at a neighborhood car wash, and when an unknown suspect or suspects opened fire on them, police said, we believe one or more of the victims were targeted. Duh. Evidently, yes. They just opened fire in the middle of the day right at a car wash. Police find missing, there's another one. Police find missing couple dead on Friday. A couple last seen leaving a residence on Valentine's Day for a movie date were found dead on Friday of gunshot wounds in the western part of the city. Police identified the couple as Angelina Webster, a 20-year-old woman, and Christian Norris, a 20-year-old man. Lives are just beginning. These young people, both from Birmingham, Alabama. I tell you, the disrespect for life for these young folks is unbelievable. They don't even get a chance. You don't even know who you are at 19 or 20, let alone being faced with life and death. The couple was found inside their white Ford Taurus with fatal gunshot wounds. Police are offering a $5,000 cash reward for tips regarding the Friday homicides separately. Mayor Woodfin pleaded for people who have information to urgently call Birmingham's Crime Stoppers at 205-254-7777. That's Birmingham Crime Stoppers at 205-254-7777. If any of those who are listening to my video and may have some information, please reach out. We definitely need to get these gun-toting guys off the street with this level of callousness and willing to commit murder at any time of the day by any means necessary. They are a danger to the community and to society. And they said that justice cannot be achieved in the dark. The families of these victims deserve answers, and the cowards who have such a reckless disregard for life must pay for their actions. So, that's the backstory on what took place last week. I think Valentine's Day was on Wednesday, and then subsequently, which is supposed to be a day of love, even though historically, if you look at it, there was a such thing called a Valentine's Day massacre, which is applied to here in Birmingham, in that small town. People are running out of things to do. We have to ask the question, are there too many guns on the street? Are there too many illegal guns on the street? Are we having an entire generation of individuals who have no desire to do anything positive or constructive? They want to deconstruct the moral, ethical, physical, psychological nature of whatever comes in their way. We have these demonic forces that are taking place in some of these people today. There's a purging taking place. Many times these murders are targeted, and there are people, the murderers are murdering people that look just like them and are willing to do it at any time of the day, at any place, and don't care who sees it or doesn't see it or who is even in the way. The ancillary casualties that are associated with these kinds of crimes, innocent bystanders, is just decimating our public safety. These kinds of things are taking place in many of our major cities. Definitely on the West Coast, the East Coast, in Chicago, St. Louis, and now in Atlanta, and you've seen Birmingham, Alabama, that just got decimated and destroyed with this gun violence. Gun violence is a real issue. It's one of the 6 pillars I keep saying that is destroying our country each and every day, along with mental health issues, the opioid crisis, homelessness, inept inner city public schools, joblessness, and gun violence. We have to do a better job by putting a top on this canister of explosive behavior that is destroying our society each and every day. We are having civil unrest. And the opioid crisis and gun violence has no zip code, no racial identity, no gender identity. It can happen to anyone at any time, anywhere. So I wanted to put up a video about it, and let's talk about these things and let people be aware that there are trepidous and crazy situations and crimes that are taking place all throughout our country. And unfortunately, the hypocrisy and the dichotomy of last week was supposed to be a day of love, Valentine's Day, and it turned into a day of destruction, death, and decimation in Birmingham, Alabama. Let's pray for those families. Let's pray for the mayor's family. Let's pray that Birmingham can get itself together and recover from this. And let's pray that they find the perpetrators of these horrendous crimes and have them off the streets. Public safety is a viable and is a real top issue for all of our cities throughout this country. And defunding the police is not the answer. Bad policing is not the answer. We need as many good police officers as we possibly can, so that at least public safety, from you leaving your house, going to work, going to a movie, going to the grocery store, and returning home, can all be done in one positive, favorable moment. This has been a Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and God-fearing way.